Go.
Okay, so during the Cold War, America has a nuke. You have a nuke. You know that if I shoot my nuke at you, you can retaliate with unacceptable consequences from my own.
Yes.
And I know that if you shoot a nuke, I can retaliate against you because we have thousands and thousands of tactical nuclear weapons. So it's the same thing in the Middle East with Iran. If Iran has a nuke, which they don't. The whole point of the deal is that they won't have a nuke, but in case they do in the future, Israel has 200, 300 nuclear weapons undeclared, not subject to any international inspections or regulations, and so they cancel each other out. It's mutually assured destruction.
What if you have no choice but to go to war with that country?
Then it'll be small-scale combat. It's not going to be with nukes. The nuke is the last resort, and the only country to ever use it has been America.
Okay, so in your mind, as you dictator, you have the most nukes. Would you allow another country to have a nuke? Wouldn't you want the best pieces?
No, it increases security if multiple people have it.
But again, if it comes to the breaking point where you have no choice to use it,
then I don't want to live in a world where we have no choice.
But we live in a world like that.
No, we don't. We haven't used it. Don't you see? We haven't. The only times it was used was to end World War II.
But you mentioned Israel. What's the size of Israel? What's their population compared to Iran?
We're not talking about territory. We're talking about hegemony.
Well, it goes back to territory also. They have nukes because they're up against the whole Middle East.
But if Iran has a nuke, it's going to cancel each other out.
We don't know.
The same thing was said about North Korea. When North Korea was the axis of evil, if North Korea gets a nuke, it's the end of the world. And they've had it for 10 years and nothing's happened.
They only have one. They don't have an ICBM. They don't have the way of
saber rattling.
All right, so you want Iran to saber rattle now?
I think it increases security if they would get a nuclear weapon. And it would increase the security in the region. Israel would think twice about bombing.
You don't think it would cause an arms race? Now Saudi Arabia is going to want one.
It's possible, but they're going to get. But we're going to.
But if Saudi Arabia's got one, then Jordan, he's got one. And then Egypt's like,
no. Saudi Arabia would guarantee Jordan's security.
Okay, but Egypt or another country. And how do we know that they're not going to slip it under the table to some terrorist organization?
Why would we allow Saudi Arabia to get it? We were going to allow them to have it anyway, probably.
No, we're not.
Why are some countries allowed to have it and others aren't?
Because they're more responsible with it.
Who determines who's responsible? America? Yeah, that's not the way it works.
Okay, so we want the guy called the Supreme Leader. He's a responsible character.
You can say the same thing about Barack Obama. Is he responsible? I know he won the Nobel Peace Prize, but how many dictators has he assassinated since he's been in charge? How many
Quite a few.
wars has he sort of sleptwalked us into?
King, you're the counter.
It's 50-50. Yeah, I'm seeing both sides of the story.
Right. But if you as leader, would you allow this to happen? And knowing what's going on in the Middle East as we speak, do you think this is a wise move as of right now? It's not like the Middle East is peaceful at the moment. It's actually the worst it's been in 30 years. Is this the best time to be talking about nuclear weapons?
It's an agreement. It's a framework of an agreement to prevent nuclear.
And Wilton, or whatever, Chamberlain said that they will sign a deal with Nazi Germany. I've talked to Hitler, and we will never go to war. Yay! It's the same thing.
No, it's not. You're talking about a weapon that has such a destructive capability.
But they signed a deal with Hitler saying Hitler won't use or go to war with anybody, and like a year later?
So what's the alternative? Go to war with Iran?
Wouldn't it be better to go to war with them before they have a nuclear weapon?
Oh, you want to try to... How many wars are we going to fucking start?
We're going to keep going to war.
It's ridiculous. Why can't we have diplomacy work every now and then?
Work.
Sure it does. Sure it does, man. I mean, and we don't have the money to go to war. That's another thing.
We just keep printing.
It's going to just increase the debt more.
But you were just talking before about they'll just keep printing money, so it's okay.
You were just talking before about how we can't afford for welfare, but we have enough money to go around the world making war with everybody, apparently. That's crazy. That's asinine.
I think, judging by... We've already discussed Iran is supporting Assad. We're trying to kill Assad, and we're trying to make a nuclear deal with them at the same time. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Well, I think the Syria war is a flashpoint, but
it's a proxy of us going to war with Iran, and then we're doing a deal with Iran at the same time. It makes no fucking sense. This is insanity.
It's not a deal that has any effect on Syria, though. It's a deal that has...
I think it definitely correlates with Syria, without a doubt.
No, I don't think so. Syria is a separate issue. If it was linked, they would have made that part of the negotiations.
So it's like, I'm banging your girlfriend, okay, while me and you are doing business together at the same time. It makes no fucking sense at all. Yes,
You can have
it's me banging your girlfriend on the side. You know about it. Yeah, I'm fucking your girlfriend. But look, me and you can still be friends. I'll hook you up with a job, or I'll buy a couple beers for you or something.
No, but I think at the end of the day, though, America knows how bad it would be if ISIS defeated Assad in Syria. I know. But we can also have an avenue to talk with Iran too. It would increase global security if we were friendlier with Iran.
To be honest, I think whoever's in charge is a sick fuck. And he's like, all right, give Iran a nuke. They're going to nuke ISIS that we created, and it's going to be a huge fucking freefall. We can watch this all happen.
There's a theory called functionalism, which is like a small little agreement.
Theories.
Listen. I know you reject theory. I know you reject academia.
Ideology.
I know you think that everyone who's gone to college is an idiot. But let me just... I know they live in an era of anti-intellectualism. But it's called functionalism. If you have a small agreement, like this nuclear agreement...
It's not a small agreement. It's a fucking huge agreement.
It's a starting point, though, between two countries that haven't had relations with each other for 30 years, 35 years. It will filter down into more substantial agreements on other things down the road.
Again, they have a guy called the Ayatollah, Supreme Leader.
We have a guy called Obama.
Right. But we don't call... Well, we do call him Supreme Leader. I mean...
No, we don't.
Again, me and you, we're ruling the West. Would you allow this to go down?
How did the Ayatollah take power? Do you know about what we did?
We go back to Carter and all this other shit, right? Yes, and we were doing arms deals with Iran. Yes,
so, past this prologue, man, this is...
It's not that long ago. It's
right, but in
half
order
a
to
century.
understand the current situation, you have to understand what happened.
The current situation is
why they distrust us so much.
We're trying to kill their ally, supporting jihadists, sloppy jihad. Not so sloppy anymore. They're not that sloppy. So we're trying to kill their players. We killed their generals in Syria at the same time, and we're like, all right, you can have a nuclear weapon now.
But we also have...
It makes no fucking sense.
But we also have had discussions with them about targeted airstrikes about ISIS.
Do you think this also has anything to do with Obama's sympathy towards Iran at all?
I don't think he's ever said that.
He is. He doesn't say it, but
what he said is, I'm not an Obama fan, but he says, let's try diplomacy. We don't have to go to war.
And Chamberlain also tried diplomacy with Hitler.
Yeah, let's just bomb them. Just bombing Iraq and Afghanistan worked out so well when we did that. Let's bomb Iran now.
We've invaded Iraq. We've invaded Afghanistan. Iran's in the middle. The last thing you want is that piece in the middle.
It can't be kill or be killed. There has to be another way.
It's not. There really is very little other way.
It's a huge country. It's not the same as Iraq. It's bigger and it's a more ancient, civilized culture, civilization.
It's not. That was Persia, not Iran.
But still, I mean, they're descendants. It's a very proud culture. You go into that country, everyone's going to be nationalist. You set one boot on that ground. Everyone who hates the Ayatollah, and there's a lot of Iranians who hate him. There's going to be a rally around the flag or.
So Iran is the Iranian civilians are celebrating the street over this nuke deal. How come no one in the West is yay? Iran's got a bomb! Hooray!
No, because Iran was under sanctions, and now they can do business, and so a lot of the small businessmen are happy.
So they're going to start making money, and as soon as they start making money, then they're like, oh, great, now we can go to war with the rest of the Middle East.
Great because then McDonald's can come into Iran and make money too. Don't you see? That's the whole.
It's not halal friendly. King.
Too hot basket, man.
He hates Middle East politics.